Hello there, everybody. Today we will be commencing a pick a card reading for everyone. This will be a timeless reading. Here we have in front of us a beautiful decorated table. My latest pumpkin carving, which is the rabbit on a moon, inspired by Arasan. Shout out to you, girl. We will be pumpkin carving today while doing a reading, so I hope you enjoy. The intention of this reading is also to help you manifest moving forward. It will be covering the next 4 months of your life in the areas of love, finance, and mental health. In a moment, I will have you select between 3 piles, and within each pile, we'll cover those areas pertaining to your life. And after each section, you may proceed to fast forward to view each section, or you are welcome to view the whole entire video and use each reading as a form of affirmation, visualization to manifest your desired life. With that being said, I hope you enjoy this reading. You are welcome to give a follow, subscribe, like, and most of all, if you enjoyed this reading and found that it was helpful to you or resonated, please be sure to leave a comment down below. I would love to hear how it pertained to you. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. We have now arrived at the love aspect of our pick a card reading. This is the very first of 3 sections. So here we have 3 piles in front. You may feel free to select one of 3, or if all 3 feels like you're called to it, do watch. Okay. I will give you guys a few moments to select your pile. Choose whichever one you feel most called to, and we shall begin shortly. All right, so those of you who have chosen pile number 1, this is the leaf that you have selected. All right. All right, pile number 1, let's get started on your reading. So for your timeless reading for the next 4 months, this is what will be unraveling and taking place in your life. Passion for purpose. This could be the one. And your chosen love spell that you may have the option to do if you wish to and you're comfortable with is called Enchanted Lips. So everything is very thematic here. It's perfect and is exactly related to love as we had hoped for the reading to be about for you. So I'm going to read to you what this message actually says, okay? I think the camera's already focused in a way where it won't refocus. Oh, never mind. There you go. Enchanted Lips. Before a special evening, employ a kiss of glamour by adding 1 drop of clove oil to your favorite pot of lip gloss, and then gently stirring it in while saying aloud 3 times. The ripest fruit, the perfect petal, each kiss is a spell of utmost bliss. What? Another one was hiding underneath. Okay. Well, not that I didn't want you to have a second love spell, but if your guides must insist, the second love spell for you is Lust Dust. It says, nowadays you can buy body glitter almost anywhere, whether it is a baby powder, a body glitter, or the edible honey dust sold by the inimitable Kama Sutra company. Get a powder that feels comfortable on your body and add the following to it. 1 drop amber oil, 1 drop vanilla oil, 1 teaspoon lotus root powder, and 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon. Stir or shake and let it dry out before stirring again. Stand naked and gently rub the powder all over your body. All day or night, your skin will feel tingly and ever so slightly warm. Notice the interested glances wherever you go. So I just wanted to put a word of caution out there for those of you who are interested in creating these sort of concoctions. Do test it out on your skin whether or not clove oil that is suggested here. Let me refocus. Be sure to test whether or not clove oil or, vanilla oil, amber oil, root powder is something that you would be allergic to. Another word of caution is I have looked into cinnamon. The uses of cinnamon on your skin can be quite intense. People don't recommend putting it in soap making either, so I wouldn't suggest you put cinnamon on your skin as well, as it could have the tendency to burn, which is probably why they said it's slight tingly and ever slightly so warm. So if anything, just put the slightest amount, less than this, okay? Or if not, just don't put any at all. The important aspect of creating potions for these sort of spells, so to speak, is to have your intention. To have your intention in it as you're creating it. And the intention has to come from, I would say, not a shadow place, but rather a healthy, balanced place of just looking for empowered love, self-acceptance, and to feel desirable. Not necessarily with the motivation to attract a certain person per se. And that is how you will have a nice, well-balanced spell, okay? So I digress, let's move forward. That is your little spell thingy, and I hope you enjoyed it. So I'm going to start channeling what these messages are, okay? So passion for purpose. I'm going to read what this means for you. So this is passion for purpose. This is what your card looks like. I hope that's focused enough. All right. Number 2. Passion for purpose. Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. Rumi. Do you yearn to find your way, to fulfill your divine destiny? To know the purpose for your presence within the sacred body of the Earth Mother? Your heart is questing for deeper meaning. It desires certainty as to your sacred tasks for this lifetime. Your heart wants to know why you were born, for what purpose. You must know that the answer to these questions is love. I bring you your answer straight from the heart of the universe. Be wild within your passion. Do that which stirs your soul. even when it makes you uncomfortable. Especially then. For what is being truly alive is not a decision to be open instead of resistant, to be wild rather than comfortable, so that any moment we will be ready for the invitation of the divine beloved to come closer. I call to you now, the you that is beyond your mind, the you that the heart knows, the you that cannot deny life. To that you, I ask this question: what stirs the passions of your nature? Do that. Be that. As we grow on the spiritual path, so too does our ability to serve life, to serve love, to honor humanity, and to offer a contribution that is unique to us, that could only flow in this particular way through the quality of our own soul light. Every light holds its own beauty, and every light has a particular task to fulfill on the divine path of life. To help us remember this, lest we get too easily distracted by the pain and stress that happens in life, we were given an inbuilt reminder. That reminder is our passion. We may think that passion is not particularly practical. We may feel fearful that with passion there are no guarantees of success, or that we may be even throwing away a stable and secure life to pursue our passion. These are the fears of many a modern society, yet they are so misplaced. Life supports all beings based on their true nature. The birds are given air in which to fly, and fish are given water in which to swim. Plants are given light of the open plains, of darkness of the damp rainforests, depending on their needs for growth. Different flowers flourish in different environments. Bees have wings that are very small but powerful enough to move with such speed and rotation that their heavy bodies can fly. Each aspect of creation is given what it requires so it may become what it is meant to be, for its unique destiny to be fulfilled. So it is with humanity. Each one of us has something in our hearts that means something to us. It is irrelevant whether it seems practical or a recipe for success or not. Yes, oh my God, that ties in exactly with what I just mentioned about love spell. To make sure your love spell is coming from the right place, the right intention, and it's not coming from a lack-based, fear-based mentality, that you're manifesting these forms of love to empower yourself, to strengthen your core foundations, and to have a deeper, more rooted, assured knowing in who you are and your place in this world, right? And whether or not this supposed recipe will set you up for success or not, that is not the main priority. The main focus is that you're doing this because you're being true to you and what you need and what you know is best for what you're looking for this lifetime. Okay, so that foundational message here right now is addressing that you need to tune into who you are and follow your life path this lifetime, despite what other people may be thinking about you. And that is what will progress you to meeting this person. Possibly within the next 4 months, I will find out further for you. But within the next 4 months, for sure, if you go down the path of following your own true calling and what you feel is best for yourself, you will be walking down the path that will ultimately lead you to the person that is the one. Okay, because the card that came out is called This Could Be the One. Okay. But before you find someone that is the one, you have to be the one for yourself first, okay? You have to be the direct reflection for what it is you wish to attract. You cannot be hoping for someone to come in to fulfill you, someone who's going to be having what you need because you feel you have lack of what you're looking for. You need to fulfill that within yourself, replenish it, or if you've never replenished it because you never obtained it, now's the time within the next 4 months to manifest this into your life. Whatever this intention is that they've set, that your guides have brought to you. I apologize for that. I don't know when the recording has stopped, but I will repeat. The main message, what is happening here, is that your guides want you to cultivate your own personal power. And whatever it is that you have been seeking externally, maybe eternally, maybe it has been many lifetimes that you had to learn this message, this lesson. Whatever this lesson is that you feel you don't have and you need from someone else, now within the next 4 months is your responsibility to cultivate that within yourself. And once you obtain whatever it is you think you're missing from this lifetime and this world, from the world around you, that is when you will start attracting someone else into your life that has the same thing. Okay, like attracts like here. Everything we have in our life is a mirror, a direct reflection. We can't be with the certain people in our life. We can't keep certain company or certain acquaintances, or we cannot attract certain opportunities if we are not already having that within our energetic aura, our lifestyle, or our mental state, in our state of being, our state of belief. We already have to have that inside us to be able to attract more of that, because then we can identify it. Okay. So let's continue moving forward. I'm going to continue reading the rest of this card, Rumi Oracle. We are simply meant to be what we are, to serve life faithfully from a place of honoring the truth of our nature that we genuinely feel passionate about, and to allow life to naturally support growth according to our genuine nature. Where we get into difficulty is not in bringing our genuine passions to life, but for life supports this, but in learning to let go of attachments to how that happens. We can struggle to free ourselves of the expectation we have to be something we are not. The divine path of love asks us to become conscious of and then unlearn the play acting of attempting to be a false self, so that we may learn to simply love and accept our real self. Amen. Hallelujah. That's exactly what I just channeled for you guys. Let's continue. We may even have a struggle on our hands to remember who our real self actually is for a time. So I also feel, aside from finding what you need this lifetime, this message of love for pile number 1, your duty is to uncover and to reveal all the layers, to discover who your real identity and your true self is before everyone placed their opinions onto you as the years went on. When you find out who your true self is, that is when you'll be able to identify it in your soulmate, in your future lover, in your future best friend. Okay, this love reading, I even feel right now from Spirit, doesn't necessarily mean it has to be romantic love. It could be originally a friendship blossoming into a romantic love, or it could be someone who is meant to be in your life for a very long time that you grow alongside with platonically as well. Let's see, where did I leave off? We may even have a struggle on our hands to remember who our real self actually is for a time. Fortunately, there is pleasure in the journey of returning to passion that can make the process of self-discovery a sweet one. But we must be brave, even in the sweetness of that journey back to the real self. We must dare to believe that we are not broken, that we are not inadequate or better off to be like some other person, or some other person's view of how they think we should be. We must be brave enough not to believe in the layers of guilt and shame. We must be bold enough not to fear our passion as we dive deep within and explore what really makes us tick, what makes us feel alive. We must be open, curious, and non-judgmental. That may be a subtle journey at first. We may feel as though we are looking in the dark, wondering if we will ever catch a glimpse of the light of passion, meaning we hope to find. That passionate purpose may at first be barely recognizable amongst all the should, cannot, or must do of our lives. As we stay true to the path, however, that light will become unmistakably clear. Our passion will reveal itself to us as essential as our breath. We would feel as though we are not alive without it. How could we have missed it all those years? Perhaps all those lifetimes. Oh my God, what did I tell you guys? Past lifetimes, past life lessons. It will seem so obvious then, burning so clearly in our hearts, that it cannot be more obvious that we simply must live this desire, this passion, this purpose, or else spiritually perish into a shriveled up shell of a person, denying of life itself. No, that shall not be. Passion must and shall prevail. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being initiated more deeply into your life purpose. I apologize once again. Technical difficulties. Trying to learn how to record videos with my DSLR. It's giving me a headache, so I'm going back to my vlogging camera. Alright, so I'm going to read back up a whole paragraph for you in case. That passionate purpose may at first be barely recognizable amongst all the shit. Actually, I already recorded, so I will just use my audio. Thank God for my audio recording. So let's move forward. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being initiated more deeply into your life purpose. Your passion will reveal itself to you with more depth, nuance, and beauty than ever before. If parts of your life are dissembling or do not seem to be working out as you had planned, these are symptoms of this passionate revelation. Be curious and open to what presents itself in the wake of the falling away. Be ready for the journey within now. You are strong enough to leave behind the need for external validation, whilst you learn to validate yourself. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. In time, soon enough, in fact, you shall reveal your innermost beauty and be witnessed and received, acknowledged for your innate value, purpose, and divinity. But for now, sweet beloved, dive deep. Be defiant and determined to honor your heart, so your deep passion may be witnessed by you and eventually, naturally, make its way into sacred expression in the world. Isn't that beautiful? If you have recently discovered a new talent or purpose, or have been dreaming some big dreams, this oracle comes to you with guidance and confirmation. You are excited. Follow that excitement. Let it lead you into your own heart truth and onto an ever more passionate path of purposeful living. So now we're going to go into our sacred honoring ritual. You are more than welcome to follow along. If not, you can just listen, and at a later date, if you feel ready, you can resume back to this sacred honoring ritual and listen to the affirmation that has been set for you. Okay? Let's begin. Sit with one hand at your belly and one hand at your heart. Say the following aloud. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, brother of my soul, guardian of my heart, help me witness, receive, and express the divine depths of my passionate purpose. With merciful grace, let me know my life purpose and fulfill my unique divine destiny this lifetime. May I be gifted by the ability to consciously recognize the guiding hand of love on my journey, that I may serve the same hand through passionate and purposeful existence. Surrendered into the greater passionate purpose of the universal heart, so be it. Sit quietly and imagine or intend that energy from the universal heart of love is flowing in through the back of your heart now and circulating between your belly and your heart. Any excess or old energy flows out through the back of your heart as a beautiful energy of love streams into your being. Stay with this gentle process for as long as feels right for you. You may feel emotion, sexual energy, or nothing much at all. Whatever happens or does not appear to happen is perfect for you at this time. Trust. Let it be. Alright, so that was a very beautiful oracle reading. Thank you, Spirit. Now we're going to go and shuffle some cards to see what will happen and take place for you in the next 4 months. Do remember this is a timeless reading. It can be treated as an affirmation reading. If you don't feel like it resonates, you can still continue to listen and treat it as a manuscript on how you can take specific skills, directions, advice in this reading to bring yourself on that path. And it's funny, as I'm doing this reading for you guys right now, there is a crow. Only one crow. One bird in the entire sky that I see, perched on a tree right outside my backyard. And what I feel and believe that the crow represents is a form of death that is impending in your life. Not a physical one, but a rather metaphorical, symbolical, emotional form of death. Which is a beautiful thing because it represents a shedding away of old ways of thinking, old ways of feeling, old ways of living, for a new path to unfold for you so you can live your life almost as if you were reborn again. Alright, so what is your love messages for the next 4? Oh, okay. Let me get this from the floor. 1 second. Alright, the next 4 months. Next 4 months. Okay, so I see for some of you guys who chose pile number 1, your career is going to start being ascended. Like your career is going to skyrocket. But ironically, the more your career is successful, the more depressed you get. But that's because the more you're getting what you've been working so hard for all those years of your life in your career, the more it's becoming apparent that it's not bringing you happiness. It's not bringing you true fulfillment. And perhaps some of it is corporate work. It doesn't have to be. It could be you working at a fast food place, working at a grocery place, you working at a farm. Maybe you thought volunteering and working for certain organizations would bring you fulfillment and contentment and peace because you feel like you're really contributing to the world and doing something right for people. I don't think this is what people really usually talk about. Perhaps it's taboo, but I'm gonna go there, girl, okay? It doesn't matter what you do in this lifetime, and it doesn't make you a bad person if you don't enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then that's not how you're meant to serve. That's not what you're meant to be contributing into this world, right? So you may be thinking, oh, I need to go vegan, or I need to plant a tree, or I need to go help animals at a pet shelter. And that should make me happy. And that will make me a good person, knowing that I'm going to be bringing goodness into this earth, you know? And yeah, you are bringing goodness because obviously there's clearly a sign of abundance here with this card, right? But it's not bringing you internal fulfillment. I mean, it's bringing happiness to the rest of the world, but why should it be coming to you at the expense of your personal fulfillment? That means it's just not simply aligned for you, right? And then you're going to come to realize this later on. And then that is what's going to call for you to start looking outwards and discovering, reaching to your higher self. Who am I? What do I want to do? What is my ikigai? I'm going to insert a definition of what ikigai is right here. Right? What is it that I enjoy doing that also helps and improves the world? That is what you're meant to do. You're not meant to help the world while you're suffering. That's not, it's counterproductive because the rest of the world will be happy while you're suffering. But you're only one person that's doing that and thinking that's the right thing. Imagine how many people in the world are doing what they think is right while they're suffering internally. So are you truly making people happy, or is it like, is there some sort of weird sacrificial thing going on here, right? You're not exactly benefiting or progressing the world when you feel you have to do it at your expense, because eventually you will burn out. So let's see if there's any advice here for pile number 1. Pile number 1, please, for the next 4 months. Advice. Change, Wheel of Fortune. What else? follow your joy. Just like the oracle card said, follow your joy, follow your excitement, okay? And allow for things to fall away. Embrace the changes that are coming into your life, whether it be emotional, psychological, or physical, okay? So that is your message for pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. You are now welcome to fast forward and click onto the next section of the reading, which is about finance, which will perfectly tie in with this because we are talking a little bit of career over here, right? So I'll see you over to that pile, and if you are enjoying what you like so far, be sure to like and subscribe, and or share this video with your friends if you feel it has helped you and you think it will cheer them up as well. I'll see you later to the next episode or the next pile. Bye! Pile number 2, welcome to your love reading for the next 4 months. This is a timeless reading and is meant for you to use it as an affirmation. And if it doesn't resonate, you can use it as a way to manifest. And there might be some advice, insight, or tips that you may find useful. So let's proceed. This is the leaf you have selected. Isn't it beautiful? I've selected from outside on my way from grocery shopping the other day. Alright, so let's look at your spell. Your spirit guides have suggested for you to choose an altar spell, okay? So what does an altar spell entail? This one says sunrise spell. So your card says, float a rose in a clear bowl of water and light a candle beside the bowl. With your left hand, gently stir the water in the bowl and say, these waters cleanse my soul and being. Now, with a clear mind and heart, I am seeing. I am love. My heart is as big as sky and earth. From the east to the west, love universal gives life its worth. Blessings to all, so mote it be. Keep the blessing bowl on your kitchen altar for 3 days and 3 nights. So it's actually quite interesting that I say this and the candle was flickering like no tomorrow. Look at that, look at that. Your spirit guides are definitely here. They're saying hello. They're waving at you. Say hi back. Okay, alright. So let's flip over the cards and see what it is in store for you for love the next 4 months. Heart-to-heart conversations. A new gown. Number 18. Alright, so let's read your number 18, a new gown. I'm going to move this over so you guys can see. Like that. Is that better? Up here? Probably better up here. Okay. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life, while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. Oh, I thought it was done. It actually isn't. There's more here. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision, and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Rumi. I had the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, a color of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most of precious gems. Wow. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous, as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine parentage. Ah, beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now, your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light that your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the Divine Mother's skies. Yet like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold onto your tattered robes as though they were a security blanket. Though you know it is time to let it go, you may take pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling onto, you will be left stark naked, exposed, and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you are of the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who it is that can bestow permission upon you to receive a gift of such dignity, in whom is such authority vested that you may longer be as the beggar asking for scraps and contenting yourself with the stale crumbs. You may simply decide to shed that, stand up to walk with your head held erect and with regal grace, and assume your place at the table of divine feasting. Remember that your royal birth certificate is stamped in your heart. There is no authority required, no permission to be granted. You are what you are already, and always have been thus. All that is required from you is to realize it. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. And I misread that as released. So you definitely are releasing something. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a loving being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority, unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what others may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of royalty within. Crazed searching outside of the heart will come to an end. A simple golden path will be found, as though a river of molten gold flows from your heart back to the oceanic heart of the great beloved, where, united again, you finally ascend your throne and claim your divinity once and for always. This oracle comes with sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner dignity and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. So we're about to do the sacred honoring ritual. You are more than welcome to follow along. If you're not comfortable, you can just listen. And at a later date, you can come back to return to this video and listen to it again and follow according as many times as you wish, okay? Let's begin. Place your hands very lightly upon the top of your head. Say aloud, I cast aside lesser crowns. Open your hands up to the heavens and say aloud, I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Slowly and gently guide your hands down from over the top of your head alongside your body, as though drawing a royal robe over your head. Allow your hands to gently touch the floor, as though the robe completely covers you. Sit comfortably and visualize or intend that the most beautiful gown of many colors surrounds you. You may or may not be aware of the colors. You may see layers of shimmering lights, stars, roses, or more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels or gurgling as though it is a fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as is for you, as subtle or powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens for you is perfect. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in prayer position, and bow your head. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual. So that was a really beautiful, powerful affirmation for you, pile number 2. I do feel for some of you guys who have chosen this pile is definitely wanting physical change, like physical glow up, like physical replacement of old wardrobes, maybe things you dared not to wear before. Like maybe before you were, maybe some of you guys want to wear a suit, but you never allowed yourself to wear one because you thought it was too expensive or too much, or you felt you would dirty it and you were uncomfortable with the idea of wearing such. But now you're going to explore that. You're not going to be intimidated by such garments anymore, which is a very, very empowering and thrilling new venture to start trekking off to. And I feel like perhaps some of you may be in an existing relationship where when you start changing and you start facing the music of who you really are, your loved ones, maybe your relationship, you might be outgrowing it. Some of you might be facing people who are like, is that really who you are? Like, are you trying to be someone else? But the truth is, that's not the case. Like, let's read your affirmation again, see what it says. Float a rose in a clear bowl of water, and okay, let's say the incantation. These waters cleanse my soul and being. Now with a clear mind and heart I am seeing. I am love, my heart is as big as sky and earth. From the east to the west, love universal gives life its worth. Blessings to all, so mote it be. So this is literally an affirmation of self-empowerment. And you're using it at your altar or wherever you decide to do this spell at. I feel like the altar is more so like your higher self. You're wanting to recognize your full potential. And it did mention in the oracle that there are people who might try to hold you back or be threatened by your being. Okay, so let's look into the cards, into tarot, to gain some insight and advice as to what's happening over the next 4 months of your life for love, and what things you can do to watch out for. Next 4 months, please, for pile number 2. All right, let's see. The camera I was recording on previously ran out of batteries, and I realized that the original camera just needed a new memory card. So let's continue, shall we? Pile number 2 for love. All right, let's see. What do I see in store for you next 4 months? For some of you who chose pile number 2, I'm going to see you asking for a promotion. Or if you're not asking for a promotion, or if it's not readily available where you're working, you're going to go and apply for a higher position outside of your existing company. You're going to start striving for more. I even see for some of you guys, you will be creating visual boards, like manifestation boards, like storyboards. Like, for some reason, when I look at this card, I see like a person like printing out pictures of what they're going to paint or what they're going to cut out for magazines, and they're going to put a board and create a board of what their goals are going to be for the remainder of 2020. Next 4 months. So right now is October, November, December, January. Yeah, basically for the remainder of the year. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't counting. It's just I heard guides. They said next 4 months. So I'm like, all right. Anywho, let's continue. Let's see what else I see for you in love. Right. You want to align yourself. Those of you who chose pile number 2, you're a little bit more aware in the sense of knowing if you want to have certain companionships in your lives or certain social circles, that you know you need to align with that by becoming that yourself. So you're going to go and get that body. You're going to buy that exercise equipment. You're going to get those clothes. You're going to get that haircut. You're going to get that glow up. You're going to print out your vision board. And you definitely are going to be doing this spell. Some of you might even be witches, dare I say. Shout out to the witches. So I do see that. I do also see you saying goodbye to people in your life who are not supportive of you any longer. Or I feel like it's been a long time coming. Like you've seen this happening, and it's been like you've just been hanging on to this relationship by a thread. This friendship, this connection, this relationship, whoever these people are in your life, they were pretty much people who never supported your direction or path, and every single time you did anything, they always made you explain yourself, or if it didn't turn out the way you imagined, it's almost like they would reprimand you as if they were your parents, but they weren't. They're just jealous. So every time you went and did something, they would be threatened by it, and when it didn't turn out well, they'd be like, haha, like in their mind, they'd be like, aha, and then out verbally, externally, they would be, I told you so, blah, 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 blah. It's almost like a know your place kind of vibe, pile number 2. And these people, you're literally saying goodbye, hasta la vista, sayonara. You're saying all the languages of good riddance, good day. And these people are like, but I've been there for you, and they're gonna try to guilt you. I've been there for you. Look at this card too. But I've been there for you. Look how loyal, how loyal I've been. But see, and then they pull out receipts. Look at that. And you're like, oh, I don't know, man. You're kind of like guilty. You're kind of conflicted, but you know in the pit of your stomach what you need to do. And then as you start contemplating your options and your life and how you want it to expand, so too will you start seeing new connections and new friendships come into your life. They're like, here, let me pour that for you. Oh yeah, look at your blind spot. Have you ever addressed this or stopped to assess this aspect of your life? Or maybe the way you're seeing relationships could be like this. These people are literally helping you grow as an individual alongside with you. And it starts creating a very stark contrast, a very noticeable contrast, so you could tell the type of quality of connections you've been cultivating now versus how you've been cultivating over the past years that you've been hanging on to these existing relationships. And you can see it's so obvious. One feels really draining and one feels really fulfilling. As you can see, like the blue color is all like, it's pulling the life out of you. And then the other color, it's like warm color. It's filling you with warmth, okay? And that's how you know from your spirit guides that you're literally heading towards the direction that is right for you. Alright, so that is your reading for pile number 2 for love. You are more than welcome now to skip on over to the second aspect section of your reading, which is career. I hope you certainly have enjoyed this reading. If you would like, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment if this resonated or if it didn't, how it resonated in the way that helped you, okay? If it didn't resonate, how it inspired you to want to align with this, okay? I look forward to hearing and reading your comments. Yeah, more so reading because I can't hear comments. So more so reading your comments, and I will see you guys in the next pile. Bye! Alright, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading for love for the next 4 months. Just want to put it out there in case you didn't listen to the very beginning. This is meant to be a manifestation type of reading where it doesn't necessarily have to resonate with you in your current situation. But if you do enjoy and are liking what you're hearing, there are advice and tips that you can take within this reading moving forward to help align yourself with that path of what you're desiring to cultivate and bring forth into your reality. Alright, so with that being said, pile number 3 for love, let's go on with the reading. So this is the leaf you have selected. Alright, so let's see. You got Moon Spell as the spell that was suggested to you by your spirit guides. Let's read what it says. New Moon Floral Protection Charm. This potpourri is great for clearing the way for anything new in your life and planting spiritual seeds for new moon beginnings. You'll need the following fresh flowers: carnation, cyclamen, marigold, rose, and snapdragon. Place the flower petals in a bowl and then sprinkle them with a few drops of geranium, clove, and cinnamon oil. Place the mixture on the south point of your altar for the duration of a full lunar cycle. After a few moon cycles, you can sprinkle the flower petals in your garden, where their energy will continue to protect you and your loved ones. That sounds so pretty. Alright. Let's continue with the reading. I have read your spell, so let's flip over your other cards. You have gotten Sacred Convergence, number 11, and Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And then Passion. Alright, so let's proceed to read your oracle card, number 11. And I'll place it over here so you can see. Sacred Convergence. Roaming about town, the master was holding a light, saying, I am weary of the demons and the beasts. A human is what I am longing for. The human cannot be found. We have searched. What cannot be found is what I'm longing for. Although poor and needy, I will not accept small pieces of ruby. The mine of the finest rubies is what I'm longing for. One hand holding a cup of wine and the other the curls of the beloved. A dance like this in the middle of the circle is what I'm longing for. How I have longed for you, my very own. Look no further, for the family beyond your family, the relationship beyond all other relationships, the great love that unveils all other loves to be mere reflections of the one great and true love, is here for you, now. It is I who has sought you through the stirrings of your own heart. Ooh, this is powerful. Yes, 'twas I, hidden beneath every secret, yearning for something more, something full, something special, something all-encompassing. Behind every yearning, as always, I have hidden. Now I show myself to you, that you may become so filled with the same passionate devotion that I hold for you, that your mind will fall away, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of love, tossed into an ocean of silent, unending bliss. Come to me. We are to be one now, in sacred convergence of silent, eternal passion. Oh my god, and this card says passion right here. Alright, so for some of you guys who chose pile number 3, this is definitely a twin flame reading. No doubt about it. Everything here sounds so sacred. It feels almost as if I was reading something from a poem. It had a yearning, like a feeling in my belly of like a really long, old, deep love. Like it's not a love that was just this lifetime. It's a love that you have had connections with this person for many lifetimes. Like your love for each other is as old as some of the oldest trees on this planet. If you can even imagine what that is like. Okay, that's how rooted this love is. And within the next 4 months, some of you guys are going to cross paths and recognize each other. And I literally hear you are manifesting each other into your lives. Okay, so let's continue reading. Sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. Okay, I can stop reading now, right? Like this is... You guys got the point, right? This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into a greater love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal, passionate purpose. You'll have a sense when this process is happening. For some reason, I decided to look at the card while saying that, and I noticed that this picture actually depicts many people in it. So if you look closely, these lines are actually an image of a woman. This here is definitely a picture of like a person, like a man or somebody, ascending the stairs. And there seems to be one woman here that he has his eyes on amongst all the many people. So people are actually, for pile number 3, observing the coming together of you two meeting. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. And there's this circular aura around. It's protected. This meeting and this connection is protected. That probably leads down to why your spirit guides wanted you to perform this protection charm to make sure that everything is on steady progress and is unfolding to where it's meant to be over the next 4 months of your life. But either way, you're protected. This is just like, extra. This is like bonus. It's like the whipped cream cherry on top, kind of. All right, let's continue. You'll have a sense when this process is happening. There will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life. And yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room or singing in a group, attending a class or workshop, or just visiting the same beach or parkland, but at the same moment there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at a far greater level. The trickle-down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much on a personal level beyond being in the same space. You'll feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. You'll become freer to shed your fears. Let go of relationships based in fear and judgment. Oh my gosh. And open up to those more loving, responsive, and inspiring to continue on your personal journey in increasingly profound ways. This oracle has come to you because you are part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. Perhaps you have already sensed its progression, or perhaps it will not be obvious to you. But the effect, whether obvious or subtle, will be important to your soul development and divine awakening. You are being asked to drop defenses and barriers towards groups of people that feel good for you. However, those that dampen your spirits or drag you down are to be dispensed with, no matter what games or of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. No, that shall not do for your soul growth now. Just step away. Turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul and learn to share yourself without fear. Just be. You do not have to force the planets to spin, nor the great cycles of the soul to happen. All that is required is that you show up for what is offered to you now. Do your part. Take your steps. Dance, sing, and be. Allow the gift of sacred connection to change your world, for this is the spiritual gift presented to you now. This oracle comes with a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might even have over-pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, feisty angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. Damn, that's some truth right there, okay? I'm going to say it again. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. Whilst you learn to sustain that vibration within you, until it cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand, you are wise to place yourself in more nourishing connections. If you want a plant to grow, why not give it the best soil and conditions in which to do so? Certainly the plant of love can and will grow in the most inhospitable conditions, but it can be rather more joyful to grow in gentler, more nourishing conditions if possible. This oracle comes to you with guidance that the possibility for joyful relationships and growth of love within is in your power. You can choose each day, each moment. Just make a choice. Trust yourself, your discernment, and your intuition, and choose. You do not owe anyone anything. Repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. I'm going to say that one more time. You only owe love the chance to grow. So let that be your guiding principle now as you release the old. And trust that even if your garden of relationships becomes sparse for a while, you have been cutting back unhealthy plants to allow for new life to flourish. It is only a matter of timing for the season of new life and growth to come again. And so it shall. bringing with it sacred convergence of souls on the path of love, your soul tribe, your soul family, your new tribe of those journeying upon the path of love. So we're going to go and do our sacred honoring ritual. You're more than welcome to follow along. If not, you could just listen. And at a later date, you are more than welcome to always come back to this reading to listen to again and follow the sacred honoring ritual at a later date as well, okay? Alright, so the sacred honoring ritual says, say, Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I open to your grace. I hereby declare I am willing to release those connections that no longer serve my spiritual growth on the path of love. I release relationships based in fear and am open to those based in love. I surrender the need to know, to judge, to assert control, and be in the right. I open up to tolerance, intuition, and honoring of my heart. I open to love. Show me the way, brother of my soul. Guide me through your grace into the sacred convergence of my soul and divine love in its most gracious expression, now and always. I call in my soul tribe of love, and I open my heart to nourishing connections in all ways now. So be it. Close your eyes and relax with your hands resting on your heart. Do this for however long feels good for you. When you are ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your sacred honoring ritual. Alright, that was a very, very powerful affirmation. And definitely a sign that your twin flame, for some of you, is on its way, or they are on their way. So with that being said, let's consult Spirit and see for pile number 3 of love what will be taking place over the next 4 months. And if it's not going to be resonating with you, these will be affirmations and inspirational advice that you can take to align with this path as well, okay? Okay. I hear the word reprioritizing. Next 4 months, please. Pile number 3. Right. Reprioritizing. If you haven't already. Some of you guys haven't. Reprioritizing what's important to you. And focusing, placing your focus into what's actually going to serve you in life, where it's going to bring you closer to where you need to go in life. You're going to stop worrying about other people's dramas. You're going to stop helping them. Whenever they try to bring drama into you or they're always constantly stressed out, you're going to notice maybe they're always like a sad people club. Like they're always complaining and whining, or they're always like finding something to be upset about and angry about. Like their default emotion is cranky. You're going to start going away from those people and start finding your inner peace. You might start taking up meditation more, or you're definitely going to be doing things that brings you a tranquil feeling. You're going to be doing things that bring you a sense of inner peace and calmness. And then you're going to boot that out the window. And you're going to start taking this new inspired feeling from the calmness to go and create your life. That's awesome. Any advice for pile number 3 for love for the next 1 month? Advice. Okay, let's look. The next 4 months, you're going to come into a place of stability. People are going to regret treating you the way they did all those years. And people who have left you are going to start regretting and trying to come back to get on your good terms, to rekindle a friendship. I feel like even if you do take some people back in terms of like, I don't think you'll take anyone back romantically. Like, I don't think you're going to be like, okay, yeah, like, if they come back and they're like, I miss you, you know, I realized I never valued you the way you deserve to be valued, and, I want to give you what's best. You're like, okay, sure, yeah, you can do that, but you can do that as a friend. And if in due time I feel like you are worthwhile, we can take it to the next level. You're no longer in a rush for relationships. You don't feel lonely when you're by yourself. You enjoy your own company. You see it as peaceful, not threatening. These people who are coming back to you, they have a sense of codependency to me. Like, they are coming back to you because whatever it was that they have been doing in their lives when you were not in their lives has not been working for them, and they are trying to desperately find somebody or a situation to help them feel better about themselves and their situation. So it's coming from a rather selfish, fear-driven, lack-based mentality place. And while they're thinking this way, this is them. While they're thinking this way, you're like, how can I go and see the world? How can I go find celebration? Look at this Halloween. I'm going to have fun with my family and my friends. How am I going to find inner peace? I'm going to do things that make me feel good. And while I feel good, I'm going to create things. Oh my gosh. Like, wow, I'm going to decorate things. I'm going to paint things. I'm going to do things I didn't do for like the years because I was so down because these people like really hurt me, or, you know, I really cared about them and I really tried helping them and they didn't care about me. You're just going to yeet these. Let's just yeet these cards out, okay? Like, that's not you anymore. This is you. Those are old energies. And as you do that, this person is going to spot you out from a crowd like a shiny beacon. Yes, like the Oracle has stated, you two are meant to be meeting together and do great things in this world. I'm going to shuffle a little bit. I'm going to put these cards back in the pile. I'm going to shuffle a little bit and ask what it is for pile number 3 that for some of you, because I know there's going to be a handful that will be reading this. I'm going to ask what sort of things will you guys be doing together this lifetime? Oh, pile number 3, your candle's lit. Literally and figuratively and symbolically. It's so excited for you. Pile number 3. What things are you two going to do together with your twin flame? What things are you meant to do together in this lifetime? Okay, this came out again. You're going to help people find their true calling in life. Some of you guys are like counselors, or you talk about like matters of the heart, or like some of you guys are maybe like, I see content creators that talk about girl talk, you know, that could be like the divine feminine doing that, not necessarily girl talk, but like, you know, you could be talking about beauty, lifestyle, makeup. It doesn't matter if like you're male or female or whatever gender you associate yourself with. You divine feminine will be coming from a very creative place, a lifestyle place, a very entertaining place to be addressing things that normally people might feel stuck in a rut with, and it'll be inspiring to them. The other half, your divine masculine, could be into business. So maybe they are like business consultants or something. Like they work in a higher up with CEO and they help address how a company can go and revamp their businesses. But then you two together, maybe you guys have a side project or something where you incorporate how someone can find balance for their love life and their career, or how they can integrate that. Like, let me see. Let me channel for a second. Let me see what this is. How will this combine, Spirit, Universe, Ancestors? For some of you, it could be like a podcast collaboration. You guys will go and have discussions where you guys share your thoughts of, they're coming from a business perspective and you're coming from a lifestyle love perspective. Or some of you guys might get together and create a product together, like write a book together. Or perhaps some of you guys have an idea, like you want to sell makeup or you want to create a cookbook or something. And this twin flame of yours is going to step in, and with their business knowledge, they're going to help you market, help you structure the whole content together, find resources, help you with the legal aspect, the legalities, and the fine prints of all the things to make sure whatever you do will be successful. So it's a combining of both aspects, both strengths, to help create something that will contribute and benefit this world. I even hear for some of you guys, for pile 3, it's going to be like a form of power couple, like a celebrity-based type of relationship, because there is 10 of Pentacles here. There's going to be a lot of prosperity. Whatever you guys will be doing together will bring a lot of prosperity. Okay, there's some mirroring going on here. Right now, as you're watching this, you and your twin flame may be coming out of a rut. You both are kind of coming out of a rut, like living your life purpose, discerning what's most important to you, creating the master plan of the greater visions of what you see for your life. Right. So you both are going from, over the next 4 months, going from feeling lost to tuning into your higher self, and then ultimately making plans to go live your best life. And as you do that, and you start getting shiny, they're going to start recognizing you. But they're already going to be in the vicinity. I feel like this might even, the moment you guys meet each other is divine timing. This Judgment card on the bottom. I feel like when you guys meet each other, it'll be a social setting, like at a party, like a business party or networking, like a social networking where a whole bunch of professionals, like invited friends of friends, and you guys are at this really huge gala of some sort for some of you. And that's when they will spot you and be like, who's that chick? Or who's that boy? Or who's that beautiful, wonderful specimen of a human being, of a human being? Alright, so that is your reading for pile number 3 for love and over the next 4 months. I hope you enjoy it. I feel like the meeting may or may not happen within 4 months. I feel like this will be something that's further into the future, but you're setting up the foundation now for everything you're doing, same with them, that will lead you to this point. And when the time happens, you will find each other. It will be very undeniable. And the Oracle card did mention, you know you're on the right path when you're surrounding yourself with people who are energizing you as opposed to draining you, okay? Alright. So with that being said, I'll see you guys over to the finance pile. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you have any questions or comments, you want to tell me if you resonated with anything here or something about it excited you, I would love to know. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next pile. Bye! Hello! Hello there! To everyone who has come to the financial aspect of our reading, here we have 3 piles for you to select from. Or if you like, you can listen to all the piles, okay? These readings are meant to be manifestations readings, meaning it doesn't have to resonate for you, but it can. And if it doesn't, but you like what you're hearing and would like that brought into your life, you can continue listening to take upon the advice or inspired actions you can adapt to align yourself towards that path, okay? With that being said, let's go and look at pile number... Actually, no. We're going to give you a few moments for you to select each pile. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, okay? And then with that being said, afterwards, when you're ready, you can... Oh my god, the candle's angry at the bird on it. It's like, reading! Can you stop interrupting the reading? With that being said, I'm going to give you guys a few moments, and when you are ready, feel free to go click on the description box below for your timestamp link, and I will see you over there. Alright, for those of you who chose pile number 1 for financial reading, this is your leaf. Alright, let's proceed to the reading. First card says, Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Second card is Root Chakra. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. How soothing. Alright, so let's take a look up close what these cards are. The other card is Alright, let me take a moment to channel the message and see what's the financial advice for you. So I hear, for those of you who chose pile number 1, how you're going to follow the voice of your soul is when you choose the love piles, you're going to come into your calling of find out who you truly are. Like who you are beyond just your career or your love life. Like just who you are as a person, period. And once you begin to unveil that, I hear from your spirit guides that you will realize that your existing family now is part of your overall spirit family. But your family also expands beyond that. That you have ancestors from other realms of realities, from other galaxies, star ancestor. And you will begin to see who you truly are and what you're meant to do this lifetime. And you will realize that you have the capability in trusting yourself that you can manifest whatever it is you need to in order to sustain yourself. Which is why we have the root chakra, the affirmation card saying, I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. Like to realize how abundant you are, no matter how much or how little you think you have. All right, we are back. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I also realized that I was recording a large half of the love reading without my mic properly plugged in. I thought it was the entire time, so I deeply apologize. Please be patient with me as I learn the ropes of professional filming and editing. With that being said, I'm going to channel your messages for pile number 1, okay? And see what is in store for you for your reading for finances. All right, so let me focus. So as I said, for pile number 1, finances, when you find yourself in your love aspect of the pile reading, you find your true calling of who you really are, you're going to start being more confident. Look at that. I just stood it up. Oh, never mind. You're going to stand upright, okay? You're going to be really confident in who you are and your capabilities of this lifetime, of what you can bring in. So you're not going to fear being without. You're not going to fear not having enough to eat or not having enough money to pay the bills. You're not going to worry about that anymore, because what you're actually going to do is become empowered. You're going to start seeing your capabilities and trust in it, and know that you can bring what you need to manifest into your life for you to get by. Now we're going to go and read what Star Ancestor says in the booklet. This is from Angels and Ancestors Oracle Guidebook. All of the decks I use will be linked in the description box below. If you guys are interested, you're more than welcome to purchase it from the links I have, and you can go make your purchase, and it will also support me as well. I get a little bit of incentive from the purchases you make through me, okay? Star Ancestors, let's see. Message. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. About. The Star Ancestors is a Native American term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The Star Ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support, and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. Extended message. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the universe, in the world. Oh, I say universe. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. Right, so I feel like as you grow more confident with how you make your money and how you will find money, you're going to start exploring what other ways you can increase your money, right? So the first step to gaining finance is believing in your capability of cultivating it to begin with. And this is exactly what you're doing. Pile number 1. And as you learn to cultivate it in a very primordial way, is that even a word? Primordial way? A primary way, a very primal way, okay? you know the most basic fundamental ways of earning money, you're going to take this and you're going to apply your higher spiritual learning and integrating it in a way where you can elevate that. You're going to elevate your earnings. So perhaps you might be creating your form of income, like a side income through teaching or publishing a book or a side business, or I hear it's like, I do feel an entrepreneurial spirit. So I do feel like maybe perhaps you might ask for an, what's that word? I want to say it's not approval, it's promotion. So either a promotion and take on more responsibilities, and you're going to start demonstrating how and why you're qualified for that with your newfound sense of confidence in yourself. I'm going to pull some cards from tarot to reinforce this reading and see if there's any further guidance. All right, I'm going to look into root chakra too to see what they have to say for you. The root chakra is linked to the earth, your survival, your physical needs, food, warmth, and shelter. Its name is Muladhara and means root support. The color associated with it is red. And it is situated at the base of the spine. This card has appeared to remind you that your lack of self-esteem comes from measuring your life against others. Your basic needs will be attended to only if you follow your own truth. By doing this, you will gain confidence and find that you are able to manifest all that you need. It is important to ground yourself to the earth to balance this chakra. Balancing your root chakra will allow you to be the master of your own life and will assist you in finding limitless energy in achieving your goals. However, it may be necessary to take an objective look at aspects of your life that prevent you from doing this. Your physical and psychological roots have shaped you who you are today. There may be a childhood experience which prevents you from finding meaning to life. Right? Seek professional help to move past childhood blockages. If you experienced lack as a child, this memory may prevent you from accepting abundance as an adult. Meditating, working with red crystals, or practicing yoga can assist you in balancing this chakra. So that's some additional information for those of you who are not familiar with what the root chakra represents and how you can bring that into balance. That little message there pretty much reinforces what I was talking about. So let's proceed forward to asking Spirit through tarot cards what is going to take place in the next 4 months for those who chose pile number 3 for finance, and or what sort of affirmations can they use to improve your life moving forward. Okay, the next 4 months, you're going to increase your abundance. Look what I told you. 10 of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. 6 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles. Right. For those of you with finance, you're going to start understanding the language of money. You're going to start understanding what it means to cultivate, to bring more your way. You're going to be more confident in asking for money as well and knowing you deserve it. And each time you make progress with gaining more money and earning more money, you put that expense into your way of living to reinforce having a more comfortable life, taking care of your body, your temple, having a more comfortable physical, like a physique, eating better, sleeping better. And that reinforces and prepares you even more like a springboard to prepare and have more boldness and courage to go and chase after more coins, to know that you're whatever you're earning here is helping the world. You found your cause who you truly are, and you're earning money through this, and it's perpetuating it. The more you're earning, the more you're using that money to help yourself, to increase your knowledge, so you have more to bring back, like a fountain, which is amazing. So this card, I do feel like it reinforces with that other card, that other message, where you're no longer comparing yourself to other people. You no longer think just because you have a tiny little bag that you're missing out on the action. You no longer think that, oh, because you're giving to other people, you have little left because everyone else is taking. No, because you're finding new ways to manifest and new ways to bring in abundance. For some of you, you might even see this. It might be like, oh, I used to give away so much that I have nothing. I used to give away to the point where I never get back, and it wasn't sustainable. Yet these people are giving, and more people are giving back. How can they create a way of giving where it's a sustainable cycle, right? And you go and you explore this option to learn this way, where you can bring in more abundance, have actual stability in your life, financial stability, and confidence in who you are, and know you're following your true path as your star ancestor, while bringing abundance back to other people in various forms. That is amazing. So that is your reading, pile number 1 for finance. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, or if you enjoyed and really liked the reading, I would love to hear your comment, what you thought about it. Aside from that, we're going to move on to pile number 2. Thank you so much for your time. And if you like, feel free to like and subscribe and join this channel. You're more than welcome to be a part of this family. And I'll see you all next reading into part 3 for mental health. Bye for now. All right, pile number 3. For those of you who chose finance, this is your reading. You have selected this card or this leaf. All right, let's get to your reading. So the first card you got is Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Okay, I have a feeling this talks about requiring patience of some form on your end. And you received the card, A Nurturing Heart, Mother. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. Okay, so I have a feeling this is like not really necessarily a chakra card, but you have a guardian angel, a protective motherly guardian angel with you. Pile number 2. No, pile number 3. I think this is pile number 3. Oh my god, I read so much I lost track. I believe this is pile number 3 for finance. All right, so let me go ahead and focus on your cards and see what the messages have for you, okay? So I feel like for some of you, for pile number 3, when it comes to finances, you may be in a tricky, sticky work situation. That's what I hear. That may require you to exercise your patience and be very cunning in what steps or moves you're going to take next within that workplace to avoid drama, to avoid getting into a crossfire of some form of regulations or legal situation. And you are protected. You're being watched over by, I hear some of you might even have a grandmother that has passed away who's looking over you, or a mother, for those of you who are fully grown adults who are mothers themselves. You have your mother is actually protecting you and making sure to guide you through this tricky time, because you do feel like you need your finances, and at the same time you need to navigate these really, I hear like rapid waters. You have to navigate these rapid waters during this time. So I'm going to pull out cards and ask Spirit why this is the situation and what is coming over for you in terms of finance for the next 4 months and what you need to do to overcome it, okay? And if the reading doesn't resonate with you, you can take this as good advice on how you can manifest for your situation to benefit you moving forward, okay? Oh, 1 second. Cards fell down. All right, I hear from some of you while I'm picking up the card. I know this card is a photo of a man, but I feel some of you guys might be consider yourselves as non-binary or transgender. And the tricky situation here when it comes to finance and work is that you want to come out as your true identity, but it might sacrifice or it might compromise how you're being treated at work, or it might put you in danger at your current workplace. Pile number 3. And that's why they are asking for you to practice patience, graceful in movement and action, and to be more strategic with your choices moving forward, okay? So in that regard, what it means is you might want to hold your tongue a little bit. It is good to stand in your truth and who you are, but not when it doesn't benefit you, in the sense that these people are not open-minded enough to be forthcoming to grow and accept and embrace your circumstance fully yet. But I digress. I'm going to pull some cards and see what the messages are, okay, for you. Next 4 months. You might need to look into humane resources to see your right to protect yourself, to make sure. That's probably what it is. Graceful in movement and action. Go find out your rights. Look at humane resources and see your opportunities. Always know your rights, always. And then from there, if anyone tries to manipulate you, scare you, I don't know, like bully you or use some sort of threat, you know when they have crossed the line and how you can use that, maybe record it to protect yourself and to ensure that you don't lose your position of I hear position of power, or your position at work, or whatever it is that you're currently holding for finance, that's your main source, that you don't lose that. And that if anything, that person might lose their job instead. Okay, yep. Look into your legal rights, okay? Make sure you're legally protected. Go seek a lawyer, or I apologize, for some reason my video stopped recording. But as I was saying, this reading is basically asking you to go look into a lawyer or check into your legal rights to make sure nobody tries to trick you or take advantage of you because they think that you don't know your rights, okay? Let me continue. Pile number 3, the next 4 months. I feel like those of you who have not come out in your workplace about being trans or even non-binary, and you want to have that sort of, you want to come out, and the reason why it's affecting and going into your financial aspect of your life is because you have not come out of the closet, so to speak, to your friends and your loved ones, and for whatever reason it's bleeding over into your career. So what Spirit wants to say to you here is, when you come out and you show who you truly are, it's really important to discern that you show who you truly are to those that matter. To anyone else who doesn't know you, it doesn't matter what they think of you. And the reason why you're wanting to come out in your career aspect is because you're repressing it in your personal aspect, and you need that sort of pressure relieved in some way, and you're thinking that you can relieve it through your career way, even though your career way, you know that there might be some risks involved, and especially when it's going to directly influence your money making. So before you even go and entertain yourself on doing that, you should look into legalities and your rights and PR, human resources, maybe PR, to see what you can do to protect yourself before you go and come out as who you truly identify yourself as. New start. You might even need to get new friends, to be honest. If you feel like you can't open up to those around you who are supposed to be close in your personal life, they probably aren't people who are most loving or nourishing enough for you to feel safe enough to even open up to begin with. Next 4 months, please. But the good thing is you are going to be making that choice. You might become an advocate for gender equality. You might represent the LGBTQI. You might go apply and involve yourself in a cause, an organization, a form of business, like a community. You might even completely change your track. Whatever your job is, you might secure that money, find out your rights, and then you're going to take that, and maybe you're going to apply for a loan or a grant. You're going to go apply that and start something new, a new venture, and go truly directly into what you love, which is being in the LGBTQ plus community and seeing how you can contribute and make your earnings at the same time. Matching both what you love and what you stand for while being in peace of mind and feeling safe, and also being able to be your true self while earning money. Right. Once you do that, your opportunity is going to skyrocket. Your opportunities are going to open up. Oh, some of you guys might get into drag performances or hosting shows. I see some of you guys might want to open a pub or bar. I know right now it's times of hardship, but perhaps it's a very innovative type of bar where there's social distancing. Some sort of thing that creates socializing and entertainment, I hear, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Right, entrepreneurship or pairing up with a partner to create a business, to help more people like you to have a place to identify with. See this picture here? Normally it's about a picture of like a person, like a man in love with a woman, and he's daydreaming and thinking about her with a picture of her. But in this case, you're closing your eyes and you're daydreaming about becoming the real you. And this picture is who you really identify yourself as to be. Oh, maybe some of you guys might even get into learning about plastic surgery, becoming doctors, something completely new. And you can help people safely transition and get operations to be their best self, their most truest self, in a safe, legal, non-discriminative way. For those of you who have gone through a lot and have seen a lot of lack of support for this aspect of life. That's some really big stuff here, pile number 3 for finance. Well, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if it resonated, I would love to hear. If not, and you feel like it might help somebody else that you know, I would love for you to share. Aside from that, please leave a thumbs up, like and subscribe. And if you like, you're more than welcome to join this family. We are happy to have you here. Until then, I'll see you over into the 3rd section, which is about mental health. Take care. Hello there. We have now arrived onto section 3, which is the last part of our overall reading for the next 4 months. This is reading topic mental health, okay? Here you have in front of you 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Okay, I'll give you a moment to choose your cards. And then once you are ready, you may go and proceed to look into the description box down below for your timestamp to jump to your reading. I'll see you there. All right, pile number 1. This is your reading, and this is the leaf you have chosen. All right, so we're going to be talking about what is going to be taking place in unraveling in your life for the aspect of mental health in the next 4 months for you. So let's go and see what card you got. Remph, Angel of Time. Okay, so I have a feeling over the next 4 months, your relationship with time is going to change. How you feel about it, how you perceive it. Transformation. Transformation. All right, let me channel the messages. Mental health. I'm going to look at what Remph, Angel of Time, represents. All right, so Remph, Angel of Time, eternally vigilant and forever burning. Remph is the movement through space measured out with deft precision. Our footsteps upon the earth mark its passing, for we are all bound to time. One by one, we tick and talk, and every life is counted. Even as those lives pass, we are all sand and seconds and moments all fleeting. Fire burns until it doesn't. Lives are lived until they aren't. Dreams are dreamt until we wake. Remph stands by all this, counting. What better unit of measure than the souls that pass through the tree of life into Indularium? Remph walks between the pillars of past and present, turning every corner in every second. Remph's movements can be seen in our own as a fulcrum between moments. Signs: a clock, a torch, a wave. So it's kind of interesting that when I start off this reading for pile number 1, that the sage has been burning the entire duration. And usually when I light it a little bit just to clear the air between readings, it stops. But for the past 7 minutes, it's still going. So I think the message that your guides are trying to portray to you here for mental health of pile number 1 is that you should learn to embrace and accept time passing, and that no matter how much you try to control and take hold of time, and no matter how much you try to manipulate time, it still doesn't stop it from passing. It still doesn't stop things from unraveling and progressing and unfolding and falling into place the way it's meant to be. I'm gonna bring this candle in here in the pumpkin. And there we go. So it's almost even symbolical that I switched that candle from inside the pumpkin to moving it into a new one to be replaced, right? It's the cycle of life, so to speak. Like, something needs to go on. So if the purpose of this creation was meant to have light in it, when this was done, it will be replaced with another light, right? So I feel the message about your mental health is to realize that you need to let go of the control, to need to let things happen by your time and your willpower. Time and life itself exists beyond you. It existed before you, and it will continue to exist even after you. Time, existence in and of itself, is beyond a lot of us. And the moment we're able to surrender and let go into the unknown and realize that we just have to trust in living our lives, doing the best we can at every moment with what we have and what we know. And to trust that the unknown, the things we don't understand, the things we can't foresee, the things there's no way that we could foretell or be prepared for, to not think about it, to trust that things will work out. Because at this point, pile number one, you have a choice to always be in a state of perpetual worry and anxiety, or to allow yourself to surrender and be at ease finally, and just be in the very present moment to trust and enjoy your time passing. I feel like it ties really heavily into some of the readings from the previous piles. So when you watch it, you'll see what I mean. There is a sense of control here that needs to be released, and you will release it. You're going to choose to see things with cup half full versus cup half empty, because after so many years of living life a certain way, you've come to decide that it's not going to benefit you. Look at this. My hands, right? My palms. And then this card here. It represents fate and trusting in where things are going to be leading, where they're meant to lead. And not everything is in stone. Not everything's set in stone. Neither is this reading. This reading is an energy that I'm picking up to give further, deeper insight, but it's not permanent. Nothing is permanent. This too shall pass. And you need to let that go. Let go of things are supposed to happen by this time, and when I'm this years old, and when it's winter, or when it's summer, or the 100th day and the 100th second. Release that. Stop trying so hard to look for symbolism and look for signs. I know in the spiritual community we tend to look, oh, if you look at the clock, it's 11:11, there's a sign, the angel numbers, divine messages. Yes, that is all well and true. But when your whole life is controlled by symbolism, and oh, is this a sign from the universe? Oh, I have to look at the clock, and it becomes a crutch to you. You become codependent on looking at the time, looking at symbols, looking for a sign from your guides. It becomes unhealthy. Now you're no longer living your life. They're meant to guide you, not dictate you. That's why they're called spirit guides, not spirit dictators. You know what I mean? So you live your life, and your spirits guide you along the path that you are wanting most. They know what you want. At any moment you have a change of heart, you change your mind of what you want to aspire for and achieve in life, they too will find a new path for you. Those of you who chose pile number 1 have been living life in a very controlled, methodical, inorganic, unnatural way, in a constant state of anxiety, and you have been so fixated on looking for guidance from external forces around you that you have completely lost sight and forgotten that you have given away your power. You have forgotten the fact that you have a life and you're the creator of your life. You are the creator of your life. You give birth to your ideas, to your dreams, your aspirations. You can choose what you want to do in your life this lifetime. Yes, sure, there are other factors that influence your circumstances and things that have built momentum over the years, but that is the whole point of finding yourself and finding your truth. And once you do that, you unlearn all the things that have been impressed upon you over the years. And you start hearing what you need to do. And you start realizing you're more empowered to make your own choices every step along the way. Okay, pile number 1. So your biggest transformation in the next 4 months is your change on the relationship and the way you view time. You and time, the relationship with you and time is going to change completely and transform completely, which will completely empower and liberate you from feeling like you have to use spirituality as a form of crutch. Some of you might even be guilty of going to get a lot of readings, a lot of tarot readings repeatedly, like paid readings, and asking the same questions over and over again because you want to make so damn sure that you're on the same path. You need to trust in yourself. You don't need more guidance. What you need is to trust in yourself. That you will find a way. That you will come up with a solution. And if you can't, you will be guided, not dictated, guided along the way. Okay? So that's your reading for pile number 1, finances, the next 4 months. I hope it was helpful for you. And this will be the very end of your reading. So if you enjoyed it, I hope to see you in the next video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe, join our family, and if this resonated with you, be sure to leave a comment down in the description box below, okay? I'll see you all later. Bye. All right, pile number 2. You have chosen this sleeve. Let's continue the reading. So you have gone Tiferet, Heart Beauty. Ooh. Ooh, there's some mental, psychological glow up going on here. All right, let's proceed and see the rest of the cards. Ooh, I hear liberation. The word liberation is coming up. Empowerment. Inspiration. Oh. Okay. This card showed up. Crone of Air. You're not meant to know everything. That's what this card represents. You're not meant to know everything, which is fine. We're not meant to know everything. And sometimes if we know too much, it ruins the surprise of what we're supposed to get. Right? Sometimes wouldn't you rather be excited and surprised than to just know everything? Sometimes knowing it kind of ruins the whole experience of going through it for you, right? It ruins it. It takes away, it steals away that oomph that you look for in life. All right. So I hear the word incubate. For a period of time, a lot of those of you who have been here, who chose pile number 2, have been in a state of hermit mode. You guys have been keeping to yourselves, internalizing a lot of your experiences and keeping to yourself. I guess the other word would be like you guys have been AWOL, so to speak. A lot of your friends and family may be wondering what you have been up to. You kind of not really talking much. And if you hang out with them, you spend time with them, but you don't really share too much. And that's fine too, right? But this is what they see. So before I get deeper into this reading, I want to see what Tiferet stands for. All right, Tiferet, found it. Heart and beauty. The sixth emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. The yellow orb brings balance to the universe. Forming the midpoint between Keter and Malkuth, he defines the pillar of balance. At the glowing center of the tree, and the midpoint between all its relationships, he distributes energy from each emanation back across its paths. It's a careful balancing act, incorporating such extreme opposites, but this is the nature of the tree as a whole. Tiferet mirrors the structure of the tree, existing as a microcosm of the whole, found in art, health, community. All right, so it's almost like the bridge. All right. Let me look at this and meditate for a little while to see what is the message for you when it comes to mental health for the next 4 months, okay? Pile number 2, mental health for the next 4 months. There's a song by Natasha Bedingfield called Unwritten. It just started playing in my head. I strongly believe you should listen to that song. There is a feeling of excitement and the beginning of an adventure for you. Because some of you guys have been laying dormant for quite some time and haven't really been talking. You've just been keeping to yourself, reserving your energy. Maybe that's why there's a hush-hush card there as well. It's going to be like springtime for you guys the moment you come out. You're going to come out of hibernation and start living your life. You're going to reveal your true form. Look at this. You're ready. It's like a sense of maturity, maturization. You probably were like, I do see the symbolism here of like a cocoon, a caterpillar going into cocoon phase and then coming out a butterfly. I even hear adulthood. So some of you who chose pile number 2 for the next 4 months, in terms of mental health, you guys are going to be stepping into adulthood. Right, that's why there's that bridge. You're neither here nor there, and you're not either choosing sides or going against it, because you're growing up. You're learning to see and observe and discern for yourself what your truths are, where your opinions lie in the world, where you stand in this place. And because you didn't quite choose a side yet, there's no need to choose a side. You never have to choose a side, okay? And I know some people be really passionate and angry, be like, if you didn't choose a side, you already chose one, you know? Something like that. And to some degree, it's true, but it doesn't have to be so polarizing the way they're delivering it, right? That in-between is so important, and we always overlook that. That is a message for you, pile number 2, the in-between. See, the in-between, that's why you shouldn't need to know, because you're in a phase of in-between. You still have to remember you are the creator of your life. You still have a choice. And you need to understand throughout your whole life, there's always going to be in-betweens. You're thinking right now, okay, I'm a teenager going into adulthood, okay? So I'm like that tween, you know? I'm not quite a child, nor am I quite an adult. But then even when you become an adult, you're not quite an adult, nor are you an elderly. There's always an in-between phase no matter where you are in life. And the sooner we come to embrace that and accept that and become more humble and realizing that we never have to truly transition fully to one place, because the moment you transition from one place, you're already going on to the next phase. It's an evolutionary thing. It's always going to unravel and progress, even after death. See, if there's life, in between life, there's death. We're in the in-between of life and death right now. The birth and the ending. Right? What are we so in a rush to grow up for? Are we in a rush to go to death? And then even after death, there's other things in the other realm. You'll have other karmic responsibilities. You might go on progressing and evolving into other spiritual means and other further expansion of your soul that is beyond comprehension of human thoughts right now, right? But that's also an in-between. We're always in between something. And the sooner we come to accept that and understand it and to thrive knowing that we are exactly where we need to be, the better off we will be for it. Yeah, that message was loud and clear, pile number 2. That exactly is what's going to happen for you for the next 4 months. You're going to blossom into a beautiful individual, and you're going to come to understand that you never truly, fully can pick a side, even if you want to, because the moment you choose a side, that side and that perspective will evolve and it will progress and unravel, and you will learn more spectrums within that side, and that might cause you to change and choose another side, regardless of what that belief, that philosophy, that perspective, that way of living, that lifestyle could be. But this pretty much concludes the reading of pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did reading for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you enjoyed this message and related to it or found it inspiring or anything that you want to share with me, please be sure to leave a comment down below and I would love to hear from you. Aside from that, if you want to see more of this, feel welcome to subscribe, like, and join the family. And I'll see you next time. Bye! Alright, we're on to pile number 3 for mental health, the last pile. This is the leaf you have chosen. Let's proceed with the reading. So the card you got is Shatiel. Forgive me for the pronunciation. I'm not familiar with this name. Angel of Silence. Right. Okay. Let's see. What is the messages for your mental health in the next 4 months? I don't know why. I know it's supposed to be stop, drop, and roll, but I'm hearing stop, drop, and listen. I think your spirit guides want you to pay attention to the signs they are giving to you. You may be asked to be more in the present, to pay attention to your dreams, or literally pay attention to your dreams, like not your dreams, not your like slumber dreams, but like your dreams and aspiration dreams, like to focus in on that and not ignore them anymore. For some of you, I do see that there was a period of time where you guys have gone through a lot of suffering and pain, and it was not without any form of sacrifice. You did not come out of it totally completely unscathed, but you did learn a lot of lessons. You learned a lot of hard, difficult lessons. And there was a level of maturity going up to the other end of this event in your life here. But it really taught you something as crucial as balance. That everything is a form of give and take, reciprocity, in order for it to be sustainable. In not just in an economic sense, not in the material world, but in a mental health way. The economy of your well-being, as well as the well-being of others, is what's being factored into play here. So before I progress more into channeling the messages for you, I do want to see what this card represents in the booklet. Words fail, the wind dies, the earth comes to a rest. Shitial descends in stillness. New forms for all things emerge, touched by the elusive fingers of the angel Shitial. Space fills with silence and void gains new meaning. We are held still by the grip of its presence. Fear is useless, as its presence is almost always brief. Silence slides over your ears, enveloping your awareness completely, as if you've closed your eyes. Take a moment. Take the silence within you and use it to still the tremors of your soul. Shitial wills it. Signs: a feather, a chair, a person kneeling. Right, so this card is literally insisting that you find balance within yourself in the next 4 months. You went through a lot of things that may have caused you PTSD, I hear. And you need to go and remedy that. You need to go find tranquility and joy in order to bring yourself back into a form of balance, because of how much you've been going through. You went through so much tumultuous situations that sometimes you might get nightmares from it. So I do hear the suggestions for meditation come into play here, for you to learn to love yourself by honoring how you feel at all times, addressing and respecting your temple, making sure you're eating right, sleeping right, how you spend your energy and focus and time, and if it drains you, to turn away from those. I do see the card here. I do feel like some of the stressful times you went through may have been some form of, I hear the word domestic violence, or emotional abuse, or maybe something as hard as just going through a divorce or a breakup. And now it's about finding tranquility and balance again. Stilling the waters in your mind and in your heart. So let me sit down here and look at these cards and see what is going to be happening in the next 4 months for you. All right, so you're going to have to deal with some after effects, like consequences of what you just got out of recently, and you have to deal with the little, I guess, paper trails or whatever it is to take care of issues, like splitting the house, signing some papers, relocating, a whole bunch of things. And they really are asking for you to start paying attention to how you feel, so you can start doing things that will level you instead of adding on to your existing stress. I'm going to pull out tarot and ask what's going to be happening in the next 4 months for you. Mental health advice, please. Next 4 months. For some of you, this is talking about you manifesting a new lover. Some of you may not have necessarily gotten out of an abusive relationship of any sort, but rather you went through something really traumatic in the past that may or may not have been related to love, and you're finally moving past it. And during the next 4 months, you're going to start paying attention to how you can take care of yourself so you can prepare and be ready for when the time comes in for your lover. Venus is here, right? And Venus represents love, sexual desire, attraction. It also goes for self-care, self-love, self-empowerment, sensuality, right? So I feel like there's a period of you honoring yourself here and taking care of yourself and finding balance, and start exploring your dreams, silencing the stress you have and the pain you have of the past, and utilizing the lessons that you've learned from this incident in your past moving forward. And as you begin finding calmness and peace and inner love, you're going to start attracting your future partner. And that you're going to be attracting them by changing your mindset. But this won't happen until you decide to calm your mind down and to move on from the past. As long as you hold on to the past mentally, you will not be ready to pave way for this new lover to enter your life. Okay, so the next 4 months would be about you letting go of the past, learning the lessons that were meant to learn in the past, and being open for the future of the possibilities that you deserve. You deserve the ripest and sweetest of all the fruits. You've put in so much hard work over the years to cultivate and be the best you can be. And it's coming. Alright, that is your reading. Pile number 3 for mental health. I certainly hope you enjoyed your reading. This was quite a very lengthy 3-part reading. I do encourage you guys to come back and re-listen to everything again, as I covered a lot of different aspects, and some things may start pertaining to you later on as time unravels. This is, after all, a 4-month reading. If you have any comments or any thoughts that you would like to share with me, or if there's anything about this reading that you really enjoyed, be sure to leave it in the comment down below. Please leave a like and subscribe, join the family. I would love to have you here. And until then, it has been an absolute honor to read for all of you. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!